Hi guys! I've been going crazy about pumpkin recipes and also about this little jar of pumpkin pie spice. I don't know how I survived without this little thing for so long. It's so delicious. I'm still drinking my coffee every single day with that pumpkin spice or pumpkin pie spice for a latte, and also I'm getting inspired by the spice and using it for different kind of recipes. Today's recipe was suggested by my friend from Arizona Ghost Riders, and Santi asked me to make something with pumpkin spice, and that was pumpkin spice cupcakes with a cream cheese frosting. Well, I did it my own way as always, as you know probably from my previous videos. So I decided to make the cupcakes with a pumpkin puree, so I wanted to add a little bit more fall flavor to the cupcakes. And also I thought of an idea of adding the cream cheese frosting with an ice cream scooper on top. And I think it was a great idea. These look really pretty. So it's a super fluffy and moist cupcake that has a really fluffy and creamy cream cheese frosting on top and some little pecan nuts. They are so delicious. I cannot wait for you guys to try these out. I have some softened butter here in a medium bowl, and I'm just gonna add the sugar to it. I'm using brown cane sugar, unrefined. I'm using it because it gives a nice caramel-like taste, and I think it fits perfectly with the pumpkin cupcakes. Then you want to cream the butter with the sugar for a couple of minutes. After a couple of minutes, you will notice that the mix turns lighter and it becomes creamier, and that's when it's ready and you can start adding the eggs. You want to add the eggs one at a time, mixing in between additions for about 30 seconds. Then I've prepared some homemade pumpkin puree here, but you can also use store-bought if you want. And if you want the recipe or instructions how to make the pumpkin puree, I will add that in the recipe. So this is homemade pumpkin puree that I allow to cool. And I've also mixed the dry ingredients, and I'm gonna add about 1/3 now. Or I'm actually gonna sieve in about 1/3 now. Then you want to mix it shortly and add in about 1/3 of the pumpkin puree. Then continue with the dry ingredients and then add the pumpkin puree. Now you want to do this until you've used up all of the ingredients. And with the last bit of the dry ingredients, I'm also adding in the pumpkin spice. Then you just need a cupcake tray and line it with some paper cupcake forms and portion the batter into the forms. So once your cupcakes have been baked, once they've been baked and cooled, you can start making the icing. So I have my cream cheese over here. I've softened it a little bit, so it's nice and creamy and soft. And now I'm gonna add in the sugar and the vanilla. And then you just want to give it a good mix. Then I would also give it a couple of minutes just so that the sugar has time to melt in, and then I would give it another mix. So then mix again once you've allowed the sugar to melt in, And then I have already whipped the cream, so it's whipped until stiff peaks, and now I'm gonna fold it in, adding about half first, folding that in, and then adding the rest. Then once you've mixed everything in, you want to taste so that you know that there's enough sugar for you. And then you can start decorating your cupcakes. I'm gonna use the ice cream scooper to portion the icing over the cupcakes. And this is optional, so you can leave this out or add it as I'm doing. So I'm adding some pecan nuts over the cream. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I know I enjoyed making these. It was pretty simple to put the batter for the cupcakes together, and also the cream frosting on top is also quite fast to make. So they're pretty easy to make and they taste so delicious. They're super flavorful because of the pumpkin puree and the pumpkin spice, or the pumpkin pie spice. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget that thumbs up and subscribe, because this is not the last pumpkin recipe. I am bringing some more your way very soon. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.